Hey guys, back with you today to do just a quick kind of video today. Show you installing this GME radio into my Hilux. This one is the, well, you can see all the details there of what this kit is, with the aerial and everything you kind of need to get started. So I've just opened it up, kind of figured out what's there, and what I've done is just put the aerial on. I have a, apologies for the wind again, but I have a bracket already on a bull bar, so that that little aerial obviously just goes straight onto that, and then we'll twist that on. That's just on with a nut underneath there, if that'll focus. But now I'm just going to run this cable through nice and tidy around the edge here with all my other wires, and go through the firewall there somewhere, come around into the cab, and that's going to pop out under there. And I haven't quite worked out where to put my box yet, but it probably will be there, but on the driver's side. And then I'll show you how I'm going to hook it up to the power for what I want. So rightly or wrongly, I've just covered it in this, what do you call that stuff, like flexi tube stuff comes in and thing like that. Covered it in that, and I've just cable tied it to my bar to kind of hide it out of the way, because I didn't want it going like across that way or that way. It would look funny, so I kind of tried to hide it behind this bar, drop it down where my spotlight things go. Now I don't know a lot about aerials and stuff, and this aerial wire is running past like a lot of other wiring, as you can see around there, following it down, cable tie, and then through the firewall, through that conveniently placed little thingy. So that goes through there, and then jumping into the cab again, that pops you out under, ooh, I might grab a light. That pops you out under the, pretty much under the glove box, and then I'm gonna run it. I don't know where I'm gonna mount everything yet, so I'm just gonna kind of not screw anything down, but that wire pops out under, you can see up there, just maybe out there, and then I'm just going to run it round under there, round to the other side, and pop it out maybe like here somewhere, and just have it, because I'm planning to put the box, I think, there maybe, or I might end up putting it up on the windscreen, but we'll see. But for now I'm just going to have it come out here along with my power from my fuse jumper. Okay, so my aerial wire is there. I've got a fair bit excess, but you don't want to cut that, because the end is, you know, the end's like that, and that's really hard to, well, hard enough to shorten it and do that. So I'll just cable tie that somewhere nice, because just in case I ever want to move it up to my windscreen, I don't want to have the shorter length anyway. So I've ran that behind all of this, comes down into there, and then this black wire is the aerial, and at the same time I've got the plug, that the power plug that they send you. It's got a fuse in there, and my what is it, the positive goes up to that blue piggyback fuse. That's just my cigarette lighter fuse there, so that's comes on with the accessory. And the negative, I've just found something metal, which was just a bolt. I'll get a torch. Just a bolt, whoa. Just a bolt down in there that you can see, that kind of, what actually looks like a red wire, but it's a earth wire, goes down and just bolted to the something metal, so that's all nice and hidden out of the way. And then this, the unit itself, kind of planning for it to be mounted somewhere here, kind of nice and out of the way, but still handy enough to get to. So I might just pop, because it's all kind of temporary, I'll just pop these wires out under here, might cut a little bit out of that, and just pop them out and back into the bottom of that. And then for the time being, you can screw this bracket onto two there, but I might, for the time being, I'll just use some real good double-sided tape and see how that goes, because that's not very heavy, that's real light, tiny little unit. And then I plan to, at some stage, maybe not straight away, but mount the little hand microphone maybe up somewhere like that, just somewhere handy you can grab. But I'll show you when I've kind of got it all back together. So that's where I'm kind of mounted it. I mounted it, ended up going forward because obviously the seat's got to move forward and back, and my partner drives this truck a lot, so, and she's a lot smaller, so she likes the seat forward. So I put it forward quite a bit. I just don't know when I'm kind of driving and on a highway or relaxing or whatever, if my leg's gonna, you know, hit it all the time, or, you know, I don't know yet. Can't remember if my leg sort of sits there or not, but we'll start with that. And I've just kind of put all the cable in here. I didn't cut anything out of there, I just put an extra bit of protection on the cable so they don't rub on that sharp plastic. And then I'll just wrap up the rest of the excess antenna cord there and put it all back together, and then just pop the plug in again for the mic, and then I'll just, that's just double-sided tape, 3M double-sided taped onto the side there, so no holes or anything, which is kind of nice, and it's solid as that's not going to fall off. So that's it there, everything together. That's my key on at the moment, or accessory on, so just off. Obviously saw it turn off there, and then back on, and it goes beep, and it stays on the channel which you left it on, obviously, like any other radio. Just mounted the mic up there just with 3M tape again, just for now, so it's not actually drilling holes or anything. So we usually just use these little handheld ones, but now obviously the aerial's quite good out there, so we'll just do a test. There's not going to be anyone around me for to do an actual, you know, radio check, but I can check it with this to see if it works. Hello, can you hear me? Yep. And obviously that works. And then hello, you got a copy? And that obviously worked there. So we're all good to go. I'm pretty new to the sort of CB radio in vehicles, so we'll kind of just play around and see what works, how it works in that setup, and yeah, so that's how I installed it. So that's the aerial all installed, set up. If you're wondering why I put the radio in and why we don't just carry on using the little handhelds, it's simply just because I want to have a radio always in my truck. We use them all the time around the farm, the little ones, and they do pretty good. It's just simply I just want to leave one in here without having to put a charger in. This particular one was pretty cheap when I bought it. I'll put all the link and stuff in the description. But yeah, we don't like need them when we go four-wheel driving so much. We usually do pretty well with just the little ones, but it was just cheap and it's kind of little out of the way. That's kind of just easier than grabbing a big one, the big little handheld. So that's why I kind of wanted to go with this one. The little ones definitely had the range and stuff for the stuff that we were doing, but I think that looks pretty good in there, nice and tucked away. And then the other thing is just the aerial is quite a lot higher than anything else that I've got on my truck, so I just got to keep that in mind for a while. But yeah, so that's all done. Real easy install, guys. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.